Alright, let's do an unboxing of a T-Rex rear motorcycle bike stand. Now, this, based upon the reviews, is said to be a very good stand for the money. The cream of the crop of bike stands are supposed to be Pit Bull, but Pit Bull's slightly out of the budget for what I want for a rear bike stand, for the purposes of which I'm mainly just using it to clean a chain, my motorcycle chain, instead of my older conventional methods, which was like a little base and the wheel would, my rear wheel would spin on it. So I think this is a bit easier, and also it helps out to do with maintenance. So this is, again, supposed to be a solid stand for the money. They're based out of Dallas, Texas as well, so they're fellow Texans. And I took the plunge, so let's go ahead and do the unboxing. Get it cut open here. So, you can see the packing here. So here is the stand. It is not a solid piece, you know, you're going to put it together. And I got the spooled version. The spools in here. So here are the spools. They were in a smaller package right here. And these will go on, and basically this device, you know, hooks up into the spools instead of the frame itself. Now they make universal rear stands that can actually physically, well, you'll line it up with the rear of your bike and then lift it up. I'll demonstrate all of that, but so here's the spools. And there we go, guys. So I will put it together. So I'm going to install the spool right here, and it's basically the same on the other side. Alright, going to put some Loctite on the actual threads and we'll screw it in. So here are the spools right here. I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the packaging. Here, as you can see, is the spool itself. Alright, so here's the stand and parts here. I'm just going to lay them out and start putting it together. Looks pretty simple, and they've got great instructions on how to do it. So, alright, so they really only fit one way. You can see there is 1, 2, oh wait, I just did it too quick. There's 2 holes here, and you'll see the 2 holes right here. There's one, and then there's one up at the top here, and then you align it like that, and then you're gonna use these screws to screw them in. It's pretty straightforward. So here you can see I'm about ready to screw these in. I've already completed the ones down there. So here's the stand here, as you can see, and make sure right there that the higher part here, I'll point to it, right here is, you know, facing the back essentially, and see these can adjust, and you screw these in and tighten them manually. You don't want it to go anywhere. That's pretty much it, man. Alright, you can see I've already screwed in this spool almost all the way in. On the T-Rex spools, I find that you need to use the spacer given the length of the seat right here, of which it goes in. This side was a bit tough to get in, so if you do experience some resistance, your seat right here might have some dirt and grit in it, and I just use some WD-40 to clean it. And be very careful not to get any WD-40 on your brake plate. And if you do it on the other side, not to, you know, if you get it on your chain, to make sure to wipe it off. So just use it very carefully and very sparingly, and you can just spray some on the actual threads themselves to get them in, and it'll go in once you get some of the grit out and all that. Like I said, the other side went in fairly quickly and easily. This side just gives a little bit of resistance. That's pretty much all you need to worry about. Depending on your bike will also depend, because there's various diameter widths. Like this is a 10 millimeter. I think Yamaha, if I'm not mistaken, is 6 or something millimeter. And the seat will dictate whether you need the spacers. So use your discretion. See if this, for instance, when you screw it in, gets too close to your swing arm right here. Obviously, you're going to need a spacer. So that's when I think it would just mostly be common sense on to dictate whether you need the spacer or not. Now, putting it back on, you gotta line it up, guys. So, kind of get it there. You can see it engaging your spools just a little bit. That's what I typically do, just to kind of get an idea on one side. Again, be on the side opposite of your kickstand, okay? Because you don't want to drop your bike. So, tighten it up towards me. Okay, we're ready to now get further back, because now you pretty much have the bike stable. And pull back, pull up. It's going to slide a little bit, depending on where you got it. And then set her down. And that's it, guys. Okay, when you lower it, you got to be careful. I always recommend having 2 people doing it, but if you don't have another person to help you, get on the opposite side of your kickstand. Have your kickstand down. Obviously the kickstand's on the left side, so I want to be right here. You gotta do this really slowly. Now the tire's on the ground, and you can just lean it over. And let's kick it. And there's it. And the 250, this fairing comes down pretty low. It will sometimes interfere, but you know, it's just a reflector panel. I know a lot of people that remove that anyway on the 250. I decided to keep it stock.